What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with Tech Daily, and in this video, we are checking out the complete lineup of OtterBox cases for the Galaxy S9. I always like making a video on OtterBox products because they're still some of the most popular cases on the market, and especially since the S9 is covered in glass from front to back, a lot of people are looking for maximum protection for their device, and these cases can definitely offer that. I'll go over some of the differences in protection and features with each of these cases so you can get an idea of what might work best for you. I'll also leave links to all the cases down below in the video description if you want to pick one up for yourself or maybe learn a little bit more. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. The first one here is the OtterBox Defender series, and this is probably the case OtterBox is most well known for. They've made some changes to the Defender series over the last few years, which I'll talk about, but this is essentially the thickest, most rugged type of case you can get for maximum drop protection. With the Defender series, OtterBox also still throws in a belt clip with a package, which is nice of them and quite the fashion statement. As far as the case itself, the Defender series is a multi-layer case that comes apart in 3 pieces. You've got this 2-piece plastic clamshell inner layer that's rigid while also offering a bit of cushion on the inside for some impact protection. And the plastic housing encases the entire phone from top to bottom, from edge to edge, and sort of clamps around the entire phone. The outer layer is a thick and flexible rubber material that stretches around the entire perimeter of the phone, and you sort of have to push the edges into place there, but this is where a lot of the impact protection comes from. The Defender series covers every inch of the phone, including all the buttons on the sides, and you even have flaps over the ports on the bottom to help combat dust and debris. However, the biggest change OtterBox made with the Defender series over the last couple of years was eliminating the front screen protector. So now, technically, the front glass of the phone is exposed to the elements, but it's not necessarily a huge deal because the case is compatible with tempered glass screen protectors, and the case itself is also completely raised along the edge, so on a flat surface, your screen never hits anything. But if you've been used to the extra screen protection from Defender series cases, keep in mind that you won't be getting that anymore with these. Next up is the OtterBox Commuter series, and in a lot of ways, this is actually pretty similar to the Defender, but it's a little slimmer and a little less bulky. The Commuter series is a 2-piece case with the outside layer being a rigid plastic housing for some structure, and the inside layer is once again that very thick but flexible rubber material that really serves to absorb any and all drops and spills the phone might take. With this case, the phone sits inside the rubber portion nice and snug, and the outside plastic shell sort of clamps around everything and holds it all into place. Like I mentioned, this case is a little slimmer than the Defender, but offers a similar amount of edge-to-edge protection, with the buttons on the sides covered and similar flaps on the bottom for the ports to prevent dust from getting in. You also once again get a nice raised edge all the way around to keep the phone screen off of flat surfaces. And I would say the biggest advantages this case has over the Defender would be its sleek profile and its ease of use getting it on and off the device compared to the Defender, which is quite the process to install and remove from the phone. Now, if you're looking for something even simpler and maybe want to show off that new lilac purple color, the OtterBox Symmetry series in clear is a pretty good option. This case is even thinner than the Commuter and is obviously crystal clear. It leans more towards being solid plastic rather than TPU or rubber, so not only is it sturdy, but it also fights fingerprints a little bit better in my opinion. The Symmetry series is a single piece case, so it easily pops on and off the phone, which is nice, and like I mentioned, while it does smudge up a little bit, I think it fares a lot better than some other cases that can really look gross after handling the phone. There aren't any port covers on this case, so everything is easily accessible, but it does have that important complete edge to protect the display. Personally, the Symmetry case has always been my favorite of the group because it's a very simple case that doesn't add much bulk to the phone at all, but it still protects all the necessary bits and corners as it should. Finally, if you're in the market for a fancy and functional style of case, OtterBox offers the leather Strada Folio series to fill that need. This flip cover case is in that brown leather option, and you can see it's sort of that felt-like soft touch leather that feels really nice. The cover has a metal latch to keep it secured, and the inside cover allows you to keep a credit card, your cash, or maybe your ID so that you can avoid carrying your entire wallet around. The portion that houses the phone is a complete TPU type of case that covers all the corners and edges while still giving you easy access to the ports on the bottom. The cover flips open and stays in place every time, and when you bend it all the way back, the magnet catches that way too in order to keep it out of the way when you're using the phone. The only couple of downsides to this case are the fact that it doesn't double as a stand like some other cases on the market aftermarket do, and it doesn't have a separate magnet to wake the display like the S-View cases have. OtterBox cases have certainly stood the test of time, and they continue to be one of the best options for protecting your smartphone. I know the prices are pretty steep, but I've always felt that if you're spending $700 or $800 on a phone, you may as well spend the 30 or 40 bucks on a respected name brand case that will protect it through nearly every fall and spill that might happen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the OtterBox cases, let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to follow Tech Daily on Twitter and subscribe to the Tech Daily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.